So, welcome to another episode of the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. I'm your co-host Anthony Beckman, my other co-host
Marcus Davis, but as I'm going by today, transfer portal Marcus.
Marcus. Then entered the transfer portal. I'm done. Everybody entered the portal. I
I-
told you,
I'm
y'all
I'm
entered.
keeping with the spirit of everybody, entering the portal. It's new starts, new beginnings. It's about to be a new year soon, so put my name in.
Now, are you entering the favorite team portal, or the job portal?
How about both of them?
Man said, well, everybody is. Then that's because I'm just entering the job portal. Although I may have something lined up for y'all very soon, so stay tuned for an announcement there.
Do you,
But
do you have the letter ready? The decommitment letter is ready to go?
oh yeah, that's been ready. That's been ready. But yeah,
There we go.
as y'all can see, we are one co-host shorthanded. Prayers out to Jerry. He is not feeling well right now. Don't know how he keep going to work and getting sick. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody at his job.
Hey
Look,
man, stuff in the air right now.
something y'all gonna have to start wearing y'all masks over there. I don't know what y'all doing at the job over there, but some of y'all got to start wearing masks. Y'all be coming into work coughing, sniffling, and sneezing. You know you shouldn't be there, and now everybody getting sick.
Y'all nasty motherfuckers learned nothing over the last 2 years, did they?
Apparently not. But we got a guest co-host filling in, who's actually Jerry's cousin. You've seen him on here numerous times. Love bringing him on. He's the co-host of his own podcast, Sauce Kick. So y'all make sure y'all follow, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe and like on Apple Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. We got Sauce joining us tonight. How you doing tonight, man?
Yo, what's good? What's happening? Go Gators.
Go Gators, and I'm gonna go ahead and say go Edward Waters too, because I see you repping the HBCU over there.
Yes, sir.
Man, I guess that's what we can call it. I guess, you know what I mean. I just threw on a sweat. You know what I mean. I just threw on a practice sweat.
Something slight. That's what we doing.
Hey, that's what you got to do sometimes. That's what you got to do.
You like that. Anyways, what we got cooking today, fellas?
We got a good show cooking for y'all tonight. Of course, we're gonna preview the bowl game, the Las Vegas Bowl between Florida and Oregon State. Well, what's left of Florida and Oregon State, I should say. Because yeah, a lot of people won't be playing in this game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe a miracle happens and we rise up to the occasion. But we also are gonna recap this weekend of official visits and recruit and really give a recruiting update on where we stand with some of our targets. But we'll go ahead and start with the bowl game preview. So now that we know that Jack Miller is going to be the starting quarterback for this game, what are y'all expecting to see? Like, how different do you expect this offense to look in this game?
No, run the ball.
That's exactly right there. Just run the damn ball and call it a day, man. It's Las Vegas Bowl. Don't get stupid. Don't get cute. Do what you do best. But give it the ball to number 2 and number 7. Get the hell out of there and call it that night and call it the season.
Facts.
I agree with that. Although you might see walk on Eddie Battle out there. Who knows? Because right now he's the third string running back. That kind of tells you where we are depth chart wise looking at this game, because Anthony Richardson declared for the draft. He won't be playing. We're not even going to get into number 11 on offense at quarterback. You know why he won't be playing and why he's not even on the team anymore.
I ain't have to mention his ass.
Yeah, not even worth the mention at this point. So our starting quarterback, of course, is Jack Miller. Backup is true freshman Max Brown. Third string quarterback is those two get hurt. It's Kyle Ingram. Lord, please don't let those two get hurt.
And the backup running back quarterback after he get hurt is going to be Ace Wade 1.
Hey man, look. If I got to be on the red out of Vegas the night before, just in case, hey, I'll do it. Now I'm gonna be handing the ball off the whole time, but hey, I'll do it.
Man, I don't care. Billy call a pass. All of that shit is going to run and get the hell out of there.
The only pass I'm gonna throw is gonna be a screen pass.
Now, this is a playbook. This is what the playbook should be. If it was me coaching, if I'm doing that here. Run left, run right, and we got one trick play. Run up the middle. That's how we rocking. That's how we
Play.
should be going.
This man said run up the middle. I'm dead.
So you don't trust Caleb Douglas and Jaquavion Frazier's out there?
No,
No.
bro. Have you seen Oregon State secondary?
Yeah, that secondary is nice. I'm not even.
Boy, they got old boy from Last Chance U. Boy, that's pick city, no sir.
Pick
Don't
City,
even
bro.
try. Don't even think about it. Just run the
Especially with
ball.
Jack Miller throwing the football. I'm not doing all that shit, man. Just run the ball. Do what you're good at.
And truth be told, not even gonna lie, that's Oregon State secondary been nice for the last few years. So because I know recently they had Nashawn Wright in that secondary, and yeah, there was no throwing his direction when he was there.
The
So
defense as a whole, nice. They gave USC some hell when they played up in Corvallis a couple months ago.
yeah, that defense is really nice. Then they struggled against Oregon. They got down by 21, but once they made that comeback, they locked everything down and pretty much completely took Oregon away from what they wanted to do. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. So just looking at this game, that's gonna be my concern. You know how this offensive line stacks up against that defense because, like I said, they're physical, they're really good, they fly around, but you know, just get the ball to 2-7 and call it a day. Like I'm pretty sure we all agree with that.
Who you I was gonna ask. So Oregon was the team they upset, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you compare how Oregon offense runs compared to ours, what do you think we could do in a way to continue to like trend forward? So what I mean by that is like I'm really want to get to the point of do you guys think if we make some adjustments, like what adjustments can we make offensively to beat Oregon State?
Frankly, one adjustment I've been wanting to make for the longest all season, cut some of the motion out because this offense, our receivers, we're not exactly built to be doing all this type of stuff. And taking the guy and putting him in motion all the time, especially Xavier Henderson, that takes them out of the route a little bit because usually they just end up standing right there or getting a late start going out. But these guys are built to run intermediate, so just line them up and just let them go sometimes. Like cut them, don't motion as much. I know why they do it because they want to see what they're going to declare for coverages. But the way it's again, like how this wide receiver core is, it's taking them out of the routes sometimes. So cut that out.
I agree 100% with that. The motions, I mean, you're not really doing anything with it. I mean, unless you're going to run a reverse off of it or maybe get the receiver out to the flats in the open space, why do it? Just cut it out.
It's not fooling nobody.
It's really not. It hasn't fooled anybody all year long. So just cut it out at this point. Now, I look at Oregon's offensive line compared to our offensive line, and ours is bigger and much more physical. So I feel like we can get a hat on the hat and sustain that, and really we can wear that defense down. You got to get at least 4 yards to carry. You know how it is. 4 yards to carry, you can get the first down every time. You can wear that defense out like that, but they're really the only two adjustments I can see us making. Because throwing the ball, no.
Honestly, it's in a bowl game. What adjustments are you really gonna make? To be real, just do what you're best at, and just do some tweaks here and there. Because this is a depleted ass team. You don't have to get crazy. Just be simple.
Right. And another thing I'll look at though is just overall effort. Like how much do they actually care about this? I don't know if they actually care about it, but even if they don't, I just want to see the effort. Like if I see early on there's no effort, there's no passion out there, I might have to cut it off early because I'm gonna know how that game is gonna go.
I want to know how many practices has the team had because Billy and his staff was out recruiting last week. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
It'd be shocking if they just played on this game. It really wouldn't.
and I know for the guys that are transferring, I know some of them are playing in this game, so they're going to get a chance to increase their family chances to land at a preferably FBS or just D1 like new home or whatever. So I mean we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all like Javon Dexter also, who declared for draft, is playing the game. So, but he got one last chance to put something on tape for the scouts. Would he get it bad? So we'll see how that rock with him.
I'm going to be honest. I was actually a little surprised that he said he was going to play, but I mean, I'm glad he is. But I was a little surprised to see him say that because nowadays when guys declare for the draft, they skip the bowl game just to prepare for the draft. But he pretty much saying, "Hey, I want to see if I can improve my draft stock. This is my last game. Let's see what happens." I'm glad to see him do it. I really am.
Yeah, let's put one last little thing on tape, even though it's that's a risk personally, because in a bowl game, how much our scouts really gonna pay attention to what you're doing in it. But it's a nice little thing he's doing. Give the university one last little game, and on the way out, and thank you for being a Gator. Call it a career, Javon. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Right. And speaking of transfers, Griffin McDowell, I know announced he was going to Chattanooga. So
Should have never been a Gator.
My name's on the roster. I'm not gonna lie to you.
FCS G5 Mullen.
Yeah, you're right. And Marco Ortiz, the long snapper, is going to Nebraska. At least he went to another Power 5 school. A little surprised by Nebraska because who wants to play for Matt Fool? But hey,
We got long snappers going into the portal now, man. This is crazy.
that says y'all crazy. The portal really is long snappers.
It's not crazy so much as him putting the whole statement out for him. Like, okay, that's nice, but oh, you was damn you a long snapper. Just slide out the back door. I wouldn't even know he was on the roster, dog.
Shoot, that boy Braun done slid the Arkansas to play with Pittman because that's who his original recruiter was when he was committed to Georgia, and then when Pittman left to go to Art, that's when we were able to swoop in because Hevesy for some reason can recruit certain linemen, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into anything too specific, but if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will give Hevesy credit for one thing. It's gonna shock y'all. The lineman he does get, even though we don't like him for the most part, they develop really nicely. They actually really have.
Sure.
A few of them have. Like Ethan White's developed really well. He needs another year.
Ethan White took the fat. All Ethan White had to do was take the fat suit off and put some muscle on the fat suit.
Hey man, he took a lot for get all that weight off though.
He did. He put in the work though. I'll say that.
Yeah, he did. So they developed pretty nicely. Austin Barber was one that Hevesy got in on, and he looked like he's gonna be one of the ones when he get to starting out there.
He gonna have a brick. I think next year if he continues to excel, improve, and be healthy and consistent, I say brick him.
He might get a break for real.
Nah, for real. One thing I will say about Barber, even back when he was in Trinity, Bo was always violent as hell. He just needed to work on some technique and things like that. So getting into college weight room, getting stronger, get with college coaches, he's filling out nicely.
Yeah, so I give Hevesy credit there. The linemen he gets, they do develop. I will say that. Just look at the linemen that he developed and put into the league, and look how much money they're making right now. That tell you all you need to know right there.
Shit, speaking of linemen, bricks. Shout out to Boy Osiris, man. He got his brick.
Yes, got his brick, and earlier today was named AP first team All American. So, yeah, he got the brick outside. Hey, offensive line recruits, look what you can do. That's all I'm gonna say. That's an easy sell right there.
The boy was G5 and they came 1 year in the SEC, dominated, was the first team All American. That's selling point. That's the selling point.
And here's a career stat for Osiris Storms. At both Louisiana and Florida, not one sack was given up. As a matter of fact, this year, not only did he not give up a sack, he didn't commit not one single penalty. You know how hard that is? Not a holding penalty, no false starts, none of that.
Boy rock. He a rock down there on that offensive line. So any team that need a guard in that first round of the draft, you already know where to find one.
Oh yeah, he definitely going first. He definitely going first round in my opinion. I just It just depends on what team. There's a lot of teams out there that's going to need guards, though. So I do expect them to be a first-round pick. I expect them to play at least 12 to 14 years in the league. Maybe have a Hall of Fame career. Maybe on that.
You putting all the accolades up already. I see you.
Hey, man, look. We all seen the work at Louisiana and at Florida. We seen the work he put in. So I think he's capable of it. And speaking of recruiting, we had a big weekend of visitors on campus this weekend. Go highlight some of the names. We had, of course, 5-star offensive tackle Samson Okunlola on campus. 4-star defensive tackle UCF commit John Walker was on campus. 4-star offensive tackle Caden Jones was on campus. I know Treyon Webb, one of the commits, was visiting and helping recruit. Sharif Denson also. We had 4-star running back Mark Fletcher on campus for his official visit. We had Louisville transfer defensive tackle Caleb Banks on campus, and he also committed over the weekend. So he'll be in Gainesville next year. So from everything we've all heard, and Sauce, I'm gonna go to you first. What's the vibe like, coming out of this weekend, in your opinion?
I just feel like Billy and his staff is at a place where they're establishing relationships with elite recruits. Now, we've seen it when they snatched Kamari from UGA. We saw it when we were able to get Rashada, and now currently Lagway. Now, if that momentum is consistent, I feel like we should be able to get somebody from this past weekend. Now, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to throw out any names or guesses, but I just hope we're able to close on something. Now, I get everybody gets silent commits, but I want to see our staff at a point where they are having kids shut it down. Like, I understand kids have a certain day they're going to commit. Shut it down. Because what we do then is we leave these kids vulnerable. Yeah, you're on a high. Yeah, you've enjoyed your visit, but other schools are still knocking on the door, and somebody could offer like a crazy offer that these kids might not be able to pass up, and that little how they have first suddenly goes away because of an offer. So I personally feel like the buzz was in the right place. We had rivals talking. We had the fan base talking. I even know, like, yesterday, even though I was kind of like off the timeline, some people were saying don't go to sleep or whatever. I guess people were expecting some recruitment news, but honestly, I just say just give these kids their moment. Just kind of sit back. Don't buy too much into tweets and cryptic tweets. Let them do them.
Right.
Kind of build up some type of excitement, but like don't go overboard, don't get carried away. But we'll ultimately see what Billy and his staff talking about next week. So
I was gonna stay tuned to it, kid. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So right now it's so far so good. Like the buzz is there, the kids like it, the kids feeling the vibe, the kids liking it. You establishing relationships with guys and not doing what you was doing like the last cycles where you would kind of try to jump in, but by that time they already got relationships with like UGA, they already got relationships with Ohio State. All your right with everybody else except you. So you kind of on the outside looking in. And by the time you even say hello to them, so right now so far so good. But just make sure you can actually keep the momentum going and all that stuff. So hope everything's going well. I just want to see some closing. That's all. And that's all I got to say on that, man. And also, don't rush into them damn please. God, we already seen like the Treyon Webb stuff. Everybody was going crazy over it for no reason. You got some random ass recruiting page telling people stay up, something might happen. Like, don't do that. Let them kids breathe, man. It's their moment. It ain't yours. Just vibe.
Yeah, just sit back, relax, and just let them do them. Let them commit on their own time. They're going to commit on their time, not your time. It's literally that simple. But I agree with everything y'all said. The vibes coming out of the weekend are really good. They're really strong right now. And yeah, I want to see them closing some of these because I know I've heard about silent commitments as well. Like, no, I want to see silent commitments turn into actual commitments and signees because National Signing Day is not this week, but next week. So I want to see these commitments turn into signees as well. So we gotta close on some of these players, like especially along the offensive line. Like Samson Okunlola and Caden Jones are two guys we honestly need in this class because not only do we need depth, but now that we know that Richard Garage is going to the NFL because he accepted the Senior Bowl, and like now you have a spot open right there at left tackle. So one of those guys could possibly come in. Maybe they can come in and start right away. So we need to close on some of these guys. Like I said, we got Caleb Banks, the transfer from Louisville. So that's the start right there. We need to close on Mark Fletcher. The vibes have been good there, but we need to close on him. And some of these other guys that we may be considering, that may be considering for the going to the next week. Guys like Desmond Riggs, got to close on him as well. Because you have depth issues. You need to get as many guys on campus as possible, not just in this recruiting class, but from the transfer portal as well. So of the guys that we have left, targets that we have left, who would y'all say y'all feel is our most important target? The guy that we absolutely need to close on?
Samson, Pancake. And just building off what you were saying, bro, like, even I'm gonna say it like this. I said I wasn't gonna go into details, but I feel like Ricks is LSU because on his Bama visit, he was throwing up while on the field, like somebody recorded, and he was throwing them there. So I feel like guys like Ricks is something we need because of the talent, and also since we ended up not getting Cremani due to that situation, but. Personally, I feel like our DB class is still good regardless of Ricks, but we need trenches, man. We're losing 76 and Osiris to the draft, so we need somebody to fill in on that left side, and I feel like Sampson can do that unless we move Barber to the left side. But regardless, I feel like that's our biggest target. Now, Fletcher could add depth and talent to our running back room with Webb, because I don't really know any like big name running backs in the portal, so I feel like Fletcher is a need despite him OVing to Miami this week. You know what I mean? But I like the tight end commit from Stanford. That would be huge because I don't like our tight end room. Like outside of Zipper,
we don't got a tight end room.
Bro, it's terrible. Like I had an expectation for Elkins. Like I heard so much about him from camp. I saw a clip or two of him in practice. I was believing like, oh yeah, this guy's legit. Like yeah, we got somebody. It's like LaTroy Pittman all over again.
Boy, he ain't remind me about LaTroy Pittman, dog.
It's bad if you bring up LaTroy Pittman. But yeah, I forgot to add Jaden Platt, the Stanford commit, tight end commit that was also on campus this weekend. Honestly, I would honestly say watch for him because I think that's somebody that we very well could flip very soon. It's hard to. I'm gonna reiterate this to everybody. It's hard to turn down Stanford when they come calling, especially if you really care about your academics like that. It's hard to turn them down. It's hard to say no because the degree from there will take you places. But look, I look at it like this. I agree with Sauce. Our tight end room right now is not good at all, and he's somebody that I feel like could come in and I don't know about play right away, but I think he'll work his way into playing right away. The only tight ends I trust right now in our tight end room right now is Keon Zipper. And that's it. I can't even say Arliss right now because he wasn't able to play this year. So adding a guy like Jaden Platt would be huge. And I agree. Our number one target that we have got to close on is definitely Samson Okunlola. For the exact reason Sauce just said. We're losing 76 and 54 on our offensive line. Samson can come in and start right away at left tackle. Now, who we get to fill in at left guard, maybe you could put Richie Leonard there. And as a matter of fact, I believe he's actually going to start at left guard in the bowl game. So maybe put him there. If not,
I don't know about that one, though. I don't know about that one.
Might go to Porter and get a left guard out the Porter if there's any in there.
What you gonna do next year? Play Cameron Waits at left guard? If he's ready? Who knows?
I don't know if you see too many 6'8", 375-pound left guards.
There you go.
No. At 6'8", yeah, he a tackle.
He
I
has to
believe
be a tackle. He's
that-
got to be, but that's why you get Sampson. That's why he's the most important because he's a guy that I don't have to have questions about. He's big, he's physical, he got the feet, he's got the athleticism to lock that left tackle spot down for 3, 4 years. So you gotta go get him. Like plain and simple.
absolutely had to get him. The biggest need in this class, like I said. But so if you, how can I put it? So right now, our current class, I think if you look at it, they're ranked number 9 overall. So if we close with guys like Sampson, we close with a guy like Desmond Ricks, we close with a guy like Caden Jones, guys like Jaden Platt. With this current class, you got a great recruiting class. Now, does it need to be better than top 10, top 5? Yeah. That's why I'm segueing into the commitment that we got from DJ Lagway last week for the 2024 class. That is a commitment that is monumental because elite players want to play with him. You see already guys like Jeremiah Smith already talking to him. That's the guy that's been in Ohio State league for what, a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Same with his teammate JoJo Trader. Having a guy like Lagway committed, you could get guys like that on campus. They can say, "Hey, you know what? I want to play with this guy. Let's stay in the state of Florida and make them into a national championship contender again." A guy like DJ Lagway, that was one of, if not the biggest commitment that Billy Napier's landed so far already. Because I'm looking at the guys he can bring with him. Now, what was y'all reaction? You know, like what were your thoughts when you saw him commit last I'm gonna say last Thursday?
Thank God he committed. Like, but that's the biggest quarterback recruit we landed since I don't know when. Like,
Tebow.
and that's to Tebow. And in terms of like star ratings, the highest rated since Driscoll. But I ain't gonna talk about him no more. But anyway, that's a guy that's a headliner for 2024, and it's only December 2023. So you got a whole year and change to build some more relationships with guys because it starts with him. You have him as the headliner. You got Miles Graham in this class, so that's a damn good start already. So you want to have guys that gravitate towards players like him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to get to the point where we're forgetting about Rashada, but at the same time, like getting a guy like Lagway was cool. Now, me personally, I have faith in the staff to get him, but to me, it was like a sigh of relief because you don't have to worry about the fan base having meltdowns, Billy having to drop another, letter of the State of the Union or State of the Program, whatever you want to call it. I honestly feel like it shows that Billy and his staff can close. It's just more so about us getting active with the Gator Collective. So if you're listening and you're not a part of the Gator Collective, you guys need to join. Honestly, whatever you can is needed, but we need to be able to have money raised so that when these guys come to campus, they're taken care of. Like they need to have something that attracts them to UF outside of just playing and things like that. So with NIL, like it's a perfect opportunity to reward our student athletes for their success and everything that they've accomplished to get to UF. And as they progress through their career, they have the funding to back, what they do. But honestly, Lagway really sparked something. Now, Rashada was the start, but we didn't really see much after Rashada until like Lagway, which I feel like is cool. But I feel like Billy and his staff, they put on a good show this weekend. But fireworks need to, it needs to get going, or we're going to be in a point where fans are questioning Billy again. They're ready to fire him. People are not satisfied because honestly, I feel like the staff needs to get to a point where they're constantly hungry. Like, don't get satisfied because you get one commit. No, keep going. Build around them because who else is around Rashada? Yes, we have Wilson. Yes, we have Gene. Yes, we have Mizell and guys like that and Webb, but you can't just be satisfied with that because I was even telling people when they were bringing up our ranking, like our recruiting average, they're like 92.9 is the highest we had since 2010. Okay, keep going. like 24/7 rivals dropped us from number 9 to or number 7 to literally number 11. Like we were the only class to drop, and no other school really got to commit that caused that big of a change. So like we need to climb back up and get our average back. Like we should be out recruiting Miami because they went 5-7. Like we have a top 10 win at home. We are bowl eligible Billy's first year. Like we have the resources, the money. Like we need to close, and that's just how it goes with the recruiting aspect.
Especially at this damn school, because you miss out one player, everybody's ready to get the pitchforks out and fire your ass on the spot. So you gotta keep the momentum going. Like
Oh, for sure.
it can't get to a point where you get behind after you get the player. All of a sudden, okay, you get the guy, get the next guy, get the next guy, toss
Yeah,
the next guy. Like you have to keep going with it. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also 24/7. Stop dropping Florida commits every time they commit to Florida, because we all see what's going on. I mean, Roger Robinson was a UCLA commit and wasn't even the top 100 player. All of a sudden, he flipped to Georgia. He become a top 100 player. Yeah, we know what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all chill out with that. But because that's the other reason why Florida dropped. But yeah, I agree, and I don't want to forget about Jay Rashada either, because I honestly feel like that was the start of it. Flipping him from Miami after losing out on him earlier. That was
Pretty
huge.
publicly, I might add too.
Yeah, that was huge. So that was the start of it, and then you get a guy for 2024 after him in DJ Lagway. Now your quarterback room looks a whole lot better than it does currently right now. Going in, you can be more confident about your quarterback room. And like I said, they're going to bring guys. They're going to bring guys with them. And I love the guys that we have around Rashada. I do, but I agree with us. You got to keep going. You got to keep adding to it. And even with Lagway, the recruiting class that you could potentially bring with him, you could completely flip this roster in within 2 years and build a championship roster. So I agree. You got to keep going. You got to keep recruiting. You got to close. You got to close on these guys, because NIL is a big thing now. So, like you said, we have the money, we have the resources. We got to use them. It's that simple. So, looking at real quick with the 2024 class, now that we have Lagway, who would you say for y'all, in y'all opinion, is the one guy you definitely want to add? For me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Jeremiah Smith. It's not a question.
I think Jeremiah Smith all day, every day. Get Joseph traded too if you can.
I agree.
Now that's the guy I was thinking about, but I want to try to think of somebody else. But I can't really think of 24. I know a little bit of 25. I know a little bit of 26, but 24, I'm not sure. I have to truly look. I know there was a running back. I liked his tape. I have to go back and find his name, but he's a coveted blue chip. All the in-state schools want him. Some of the elite Power 5 and playoff contenders have offered him as well. But I'll have to go look for his name so I don't make a mistake.
I think I know I can't remember his name. I think when you describe him, I think I know who it is.
And I don't know if it's like Casey or Tate or something. I forgot. It's something like that. It's something like with a C or Tate. I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, I would say for me it's Jeremiah and JoJo. I would take JoJo Trader as well. But also along the offensive line, gotta bring in guys there too. Can't remember his name. It's a couple of blue chip offensive linemen I want to, but yeah, you gotta add to it. And going back to 2023, like I said, just finish off with Fletcher, finish off with Sampson, and finish off with Caden Jones. Anybody that you can get to finish off this class, get them. Do whatever you can to get them. Now, I kind of want to go into the transfer portal as well. And Sauce, I know what you're looking at. They try me in that group chat. So,
The boy got a son, y'all.
No, I don't.
I'm just playing.
No. And if y'all seen that picture of that alleged 12-year-old kid that's got a full-on mustache and a tattoo on his arm, that kid's not 12.
That's
Bro,
you,
that
AB.
is your
That kid
twin,
is
bro.
not 12.
That
That's
is your
twin,
twin, bro.
This kid
Look,
is not 12 years old.
bro, that's your twin, dog. You can't deny it.
Bro,
Y'all,
he got your facial features. He got your skin tone. He got your
Bro, he
lips. He
got
got
your
everything.
nose.
first of all,
He got your eyes.
Bro, he got your head shape, your complexion.
no, he don't.
What?
Bro,
Bro, stop. Why you denying it so much, bro? Don't act like that boy ain't kin to you.
First of
bro,
all,
this is your cousin, dog. I don't care what you said. This your cousin, dog.
this man is like 45 years old. He is not 12 years old.
Y'all went to
45 years
school
old.
together. What you mean? Y'all graduated together.
What 12?
What?
Y'all had homemaking all together, bro. What you mean?
Oh, bro, doing home ec, making pancakes and all that.
I ain't
Nah,
gonna-
for real.
So y'all can chill with that. But what 12-year-old got a full-on mustache and a tattoo on his arm?
Bro,
Your
you know
son.
that's you.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Your son.
You know
Absolutely.
that's you.
Y'all don't let them do this to you. Don't let them lie to y'all. Don't let them lie to
No, you don't lie to yourself, and you don't lie to us, man. You keep it real, bro.
you. I am.
It's
Y'all-
free 99 to keep it a bean, dog. Free
Y'all-
99.
America. To the American people out there that's watching, they lying.
Bro, stop denying your son, bro.
Don't even pay no attention to him.
Stop denying it, bro. He's you. He got your head, your nose, your skin tone, your lips. He got every single facial feature you got, bro. Stop denying it.
You are not the father. And I'm gonna hit the gritty on stage. That's all I'm gonna say.
And throw your hip out while trying to do it.
But yeah. Talking about the transfer portal real quick. First of all, I saw Theo Weiss end up going to Missouri, so that was a little surprising to me. But quarterback that we've all been talking about, finally entered the portal today, and that's Coastal Carolina's Grayson McCall. So of the quarterbacks that we know of that are in the portal right now, you have Spencer Sanders, you have Devin Leary, you have Grayson McCall. The other name that we've been hearing, he's not in the portal. He's actually playing in the Cotton Bowl for Tulane, Michael Pratt. There's smoke that he may enter the portal as well. So if he does enter the portal, looking at those four quarterbacks, because it looks like those are going to be the guys that we look at to add for next season, which one would y'all take?
I'll take McCall. I'm cool with Pratt if that ends up being an option.
I'm gonna be real with Pratt. Like looking at his film, he does something as well, and I feel like that's a guy Billy would go after. Now, personally, McCall is a gamer. Like he's a baller, but for me, I'm down to Sanders and McCall. Like personally, that's me. Now I wanted my boy Sam Hartman. Like I've been high on him since the draft. If you follow me on Twitter, you can search my tweets. I've been talking about Jet since last year when he led them to the ACC championship. Like that boy's a gamer. But back to the actual options. I mean, we just need somebody who's one and done. Somebody who can make the throws the AR couldn't make. Know when to keep and give an option, and we're 8+ win team. Literally 8+. Like that's it. Like I'm not looking for a natty right now. I'm not looking for the SEC championship, even though that would be nice. That would be cool, but we just don't have that roster yet. The talent isn't developed yet. They're not there. They're not ready. So to me, that's an unrealistic expectation. But McCall or Sanders, we can win. I think Pratt can get it done too if that's the guy. But we'll see. We don't know yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's the thing about it is you gotta be excuse me, okay with knowing that whoever we land the portal, they are a stopgap for a year, and they move on to the young guys like Rashad and Lagway when he comes on campus. So just get a guy that can make some throws. Like I said, get you 8 wins, be a much improved team, and call it a year. Now, me personally, I would take McCall out of all of them. I think he's the best option by far. Sanders, he has experience. He's played in championship games. He's played in big rivalry games. He knows he's played Power 5, all that jazz. McCall is probably the more talented player, and I'll probably take him any day. But Sanders, I'm perfectly fine with. Pratt, too. I like Pratt's game sometimes. A little bit less than them, but I like him as a player. But again, McCall's my guy.
Yeah, if Pratt enters the portal, I like him and I like what he brings to the table. And yeah, he can do a lot of things really well. And if you don't know, he was the AAC Conference Player of the Year this year for Tulane. So you're getting a guy that's very competitive, that's really good at what he does. But the options that are there now, Grayson McCall is the guy that I would go after right now. I feel like with Grayson McCall, you're getting a guy that's not only willing to run, but he can make all the throws. Like you say, you just need a 1 year guy. That's all you need. A 1 year guy that after that 1 year, he can give the reins over to Jaden Rashada. And I agree, we don't have the roster right now for an SEC or national championship run, but it also depends on what you do in the portal, not just at the quarterback position, but at other positions as well. Because we're gonna need a couple of receivers too, and one that entered the portal today was a shock to me, even though I don't think we have a chance to get him. But Aaron Anderson from Alabama. Saw he put his name in the portal today. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes to LSU, but
I was just gonna say that I feel LSU for him. Honestly, I thought that's where he was gonna go out of high school. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
yeah, definitely. And if I'm gonna get any of them Bama receivers, JoJo Earl's still out there. I'm gonna leave it at that. JoJo Earl is still out there.
Man, harping on JoJo Earl.
I need that speed on my roster right now, right immediately.
All right, maybe. Now, Trishawn Holden, we out on him. We already know he committed somewhere else, but Earl's cool. I like him. We all right.
Wait, yeah. Didn't Christian Leary commit to UCF?
Yeah, I was just about to say that boy, bro. Gus getting a little bit of portal success, even though it's not getting him over the hump. Like he's been a solid 8-9 win program. So
He's been respectable. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, getting a guy like him. Hey, look, I like it. I like the move, but yeah, we need to start landing some of these guys. We really do.
We even in on.
Well, as of right now, you're gonna be in on the quarterbacks that we've contacted. We've contacted Devin Leary. We've contacted Keaton Slovis.
Don't know. I do not need Slovis on my campus.
I don't need that on my campus. And by the way, speaking of transfer quarterbacks, Wisconsin transfer quarterback Graham Mertz was also on campus this past weekend.
I don't need that.
Watching the show right now, I'm shaking my head for a reason.
Graham Mertz had a nice couple games his freshman year, then went downhill after that. I don't need him. Respectfully.
Yeah, respect. Look, Graham Mertz, understand he was the MVP of the All-American Bowl a few years ago. Had a great freshman season.
I wouldn't even say great freshman season. He had a great freshman couple of games.
Yeah, don't need that on my campus. So, yeah, of all the guys that we've looked at, McCall's the guy for me. If we can't get him and Michael Pratt enters the quarter, I'll take him too.
Easy.
I would say Devin Leary, but what worries me is durability. Like his durability just hasn't been there the last couple of years. And then this year he's coming off from shoulder injury where he missed the rest of the season. So you're at the point where you pretty much don't even know whether he's going to be healthy going in the spring. So looking at that, right now the quarterback position is a little dicey.
A little.
It's a lot dicey because we don't need to have to throw out Jaden Rashada as a true freshman. I don't want to ruin his confidence. I don't want to do that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about it, but I think I'm gonna recant my statement. I don't want him to play, but if he has to, I'm confident that he'll pick up and adjust to the game. But I know we put a lot of emphasis on quarterback, and it doesn't matter the level of football. That's something that is always talked about high school, college, and pro. But for the Gators, I feel like we really need to update and upgrade in the safety room. Like DB, we know we need some outside guys. We have plenty of guys who can play nickel, but as far as the rest of the defense, we need some safeties. Like we need somebody who can play assignment football, help out our receivers in the zone, make the hit, make the pick, whatever. Like that's something that we lack. And I know with McMillan leaving, it kind of hurts because like you could literally compete for a starting job. But I'm not gonna get into the politics or anything like any like outside or like outside noise or nothing. But that's somebody that hurts to see go. But I don't really trust 16 and 22. Those are guys that I want.
There we go. Because not only do we got no guys had the begin zone, we need guys that know how to play zone. Because there's way too many guys that don't know the assignments out there, freelancing, covering grass, not making tackles. It's too much of that shit, bro. We need actual fashion safeties on the roster. Now,
I
maybe
want guys who don't give a damn about Instagram. Excuse my language. Like I want somebody who doesn't take social media seriously. Now, having a brand, I understand, but you only care about pictures, captions, making play. Like you care about looking good. Like that's cool and all, but what about actually contributing, being consistent, knowing assignment football? Like you said, knowing how to fucking play, knowing your role, knowing your position, knowing your coverage, knowing your assignment, and not blaming freshmen for your fuck ups when you on the road losing to Tennessee. Yes, Trading, I'm talking to you, so please text me next. We can definitely hash it out.
please take heed to that advice for real. Take heed.
Like,
You can text me again. I'll tell you the same thing.
cause see my thing, bro. Like I feel like Dean would have helped our team out a lot better if he was back at outside or if he was a nickel corner. Because when he played DB like as a freshman and sophomore, you could throw on him and he made tackles. But you move him to safety.
It's ugly.
Like honestly, I feel like he would have probably turned out better being at Auburn. Like I'm not saying that I didn't like him being here. I'm not saying he's a terrible kid or anything like that, but liability, 16 liability. Like he go for fucking kill shots, missed the whole daggum tackle. 22 stayed injured. I don't know what happened to him. It's like COVID year. That boy was snapping. 3 turnovers versus Georgia. Like that boy was lit. Like he going like head to head with the crib. But then it's like he pull a 180. So if them guys, that's all they got to offer.
Yeah, because he was surprised scratching the Florida State game. We found that out early. We're like, wait, what? Like, why is he not playing? We didn't even know that he was hurt. So, yeah, I agree. And losing McMillan, that does hurt and sauce. I think we both know why we lost him, but yeah, I ain't gonna get into that. But
I don't know anything.
That is what that is.
I don't know nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't put me in your inside scoop. Sauce a fan, and I'm a proud member of the Gator Collective. That's all I can tell you.
In the Ace Wave verse,
join the Gator Collective if you haven't
already. I don't know, Nathan. Don't put me in that. Hell no. I don't talk to nobody. Nobody talk to me.
He ain't got no piece of information for you.
Hell no.
Join the Gator
Collective.
Join the Gator Collective. The link is in my bio. You go to it. Hit that link. Join. Immediately.
Or else Ace Wave will come to your crib.
Hey
man, don't be putting me up in that. I ain't coming to nobody's crib.
Well, it sounds like you guys progressively saying join. Sounds a little forceful to me, sir.
I got that kind of time now. Hold on now. You can roll up to everybody's crib, but I ain't doing it.
My name is Paul. That's between y'all. I don't know nothing about that. I'm a proud member already.
You trying to throw me in the you roll up to everybody's crib.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make some phone calls and send links. That's all. Like a proud collective member that I am.
But losing McMillan does hurt because I felt like I agree he could have competed for a starting job. And honestly, I think he should have been playing over 16 and 22 also.
Yes, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Every time.
Bro, I hold my tongue on a lot because I try to step away from this like identity of being like a crazy like sports fan on social media. But like, bro, that was one of my takes and I deleted like I had it posted for like 2 minutes and I deleted it. But seriously, bro, like straight up like 13 flies to the ball. He's not afraid of contact. No, I haven't really got to see him. Actually, I lied. I saw him cover well in the spring game, even though that's the spring game. But I mean, I expected to see more of him. But I totally thought that he would tough it out. But it is what it is. Business decision respected. On to the next.
Yeah, them's the breaks.
Yeah, that one, like I said, I'm not getting over that one. I'm not getting over that one. He should have been playing. He would have probably been our best safety if you ask me. And not only do I feel like he should have played, but I would have liked to have seen Jordan Young a little bit more out there in the secondary. Jalen Kimber, when he was out there, was making plays. Devin Moore was at one point about to be starting opposite Jason Marshall before he got hurt. So I like the guys we got coming back. Devin Moore coming back next year, I think, is going to sneak on one of those spots. Oh man, it's just you gotta find ball hawks and playmakers at the safety position because we haven't had that honestly since I'm showing my age going back this far. Reggie Nelson, guy that you just know is going to take away everything in the back end at safety, and we need one of those eraser kind of guys. Like they ain't calling him the eraser for no reason.
Yeah, we're not even in the Marcus May days anymore at this point right now with safety.
Even Marcus May kind of gave glimpses of Reggie Nelson when he finally put it all together.
Nick Washington.
Nick Washington. Yeah, we're not even in Matt Elam days.
Matt Elam, that's another one.
Cody Riggs.
Hey man, he was good until he transferred and went to. Didn't he transfer to like Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
Marcel Harris. Donovan Steiner.
I see what you did there.
Hey, don't do Steiner like that. Before that last COVID year, listen, Steiner and Dean, them boys look like they had pro careers on like in the future, like if that makes sense. Because like I said, Dean was good as a freshman. Steiner was piped up 18 and 19. Like Steiner was him, but 2020.
Hey man, you know how it is with Grantham defenses. The longer you in it, the worse you get.
But I look at it like with Steiner, every time as maligned as much crap as people used to give him, every time you needed a takeaway,
he give it to you.
I went to that LSU game in 2018. What happened? Interception in the end zone when LSU was driving. Always made plays like that. It didn't matter. He always made plays like that. Always. Just around the football, one of them guys that you put out there, he's going to make the plays. So we need one of those guys out there. We do. That's something we've been missing for years now. And until then, like the back end of our secondary, the middle of our secondary down the seams, they're going to pick us apart until we get some playmakers back there. Like you need actual playmakers, not just guys that's gonna make tackles. You need actual guys that's gonna make plays on the ball.
Yeah, I got to the point where I'm just hoping for the bare minimum they can make a damn tackle, or they can be in the correct zone. I need real playmakers. But anyway, I digress. What else we got on the docket, bro?
I would bring up basketball, but
no.
We all saw that UConn game. We all saw that.
Who's we?
WE.
Hold on.
You mean YALL?
You mean WEB? The boys? What do you mean?
Although I will say, shout out to the women's basketball team getting the big road dub over Miami yesterday. Shout out to them ladies. Shout out to them ladies.
Even though I got a girl cousin that played for the women's team.
Hey man, I will say that. What was her last name for Mike McCavinder? Man, that girl can play. I can tell you that.
Bro,
now.
2 is her, bro. 2 is her. I forgot her name too, but she like that, bro.
Yeah.
And shout out to Coach Kelly, bro. The ladies are 10-1 and should be looking to be ranked this upcoming week. So let's be on the lookout for that. They should be rank with their 10-1 record because they've been beating a lot of teams. I think they play their next ranked team in like 2 weeks, like the week after Christmas.
Right. Shout out to Kiki Dean for stepping up, especially in the fourth quarter and overtime. Big time plays on both ends. The block shot to set up their out of bounds play to try and tie the game. Big time plays by them girls. Man, they look good. They look really good right now. Kelly Ray Finley's got them girls going in the right direction. I'm looking forward to watching their games. I got to find out when they play next, but I'm looking forward to watching their games. It was great to see that crowd just filing out of Miami. They had an actual crowd there. They ain't like football games where there's only 2 people in the stands. They actually had more people in the stands for this game.
2 people whose tickets cost a combined $2.
Two people whose tickets that they got free when they went and bought a Whopper at Burger King.
I know y'all talking about Miami.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard Whopper, I was like, Miami.
Yeah. Back in '75, they was doing that. They was giving free tickets away. You couldn't even get them things away back in the days.
Yeah, you literally had to buy a Whopper to get a ticket. So
you was doing that new Whopper commercial. That's how you get the tickets.
Exactly. There was a crowd that was nice to see them filing out all sad. And they said that was the first matchup both teams had in 12 years. So that was a little surprising to me. I didn't know it was that long since they had played. But
I know we don't be playing Miami like that, but damn, 12 years?
Yeah, 12 years. Like, I didn't know that. But it was nice to get a win over them. Maybe that's one of possibly many wins over Miami.
All I'm saying is I'm never going to have energy for a team that we never play. I don't know why they got so much energy for us, but, bro,
yeah, like,
get a real stadium, then we'll talk. That's all I'm going to say about them.
Yeah, like, I just wonder, what did we do to deserve that kind of energy? Like, we didn't do nothing wrong.
So when there's an off season, there's a balance. You have Big Three Twitter, and the key word in this is 3. So there's Florida State, Miami. Now, boom, it's like an equation. It doesn't matter which way you flip it. Everybody's going to have a chance to go at each other. So when Florida State decided to take the summer off, they focused on replacing Mike Norvell. They focused on what Deion Sanders was doing at Jackson State, how he was a piece of shit for taking Travis Hunter. That left Miami and the Gator fan base going back and forth. Whose coach is going to be better this year? Who's going to have the better record? Who's going to recruit the best? Who's going to get Cremani? All different conversations, things that took place around this time last year up until now. The only thing that's changed is the year. People's weight, people's comments, people's opinions. That's pretty much the only thing that changed. Now, Florida State is back in the equation, but nobody takes them serious because they didn't beat anybody. You know, this was the worst Miami team in years, the worst Florida, one of the most back and forth Florida team I've seen in a while. Like a team that shows promise, but then turns around and shits the bed. So, like, you know, so that's what caused all of this. Now, Florida State is not even talking that loud. Like, even when they beat us, they tried to troll, but their trolls weren't funny. They didn't.
They ain't hit at all, really.
No. All they did was retweet tweets or try to quote and say, tap in or what was that? Like, that's not a troll, bro. Like,
and now they're hyping up transfers they're getting that may not be as good as people tried to make them out to be.
See, that's the thing. Norvell looks like Dan Mullen with losing records as a head coach. Like, that's really the only difference. And also, you look at his success as far as calling plays. I don't know if you guys watch Florida State games, but Norvell looks checked out and nervous throughout the whole game. Like, he has his arms like this, and it's like he's watching a scare movie. Or like he's watching a real movie that like has you on the edge of your seat. Like, that's how he looks.
And he was doing that in Tallahassee. He was literally doing all of that. They even showed him on the big screen. Well, it ain't that big of a screen, but they showed him on the screen in the stadium. And he was doing all of that.
Bro, yes.
He got nerves. We tied the game at 38. He was sweating bullets.
And that's the whole point I'm trying to make, bro. Florida State fans are inconsistent. Miami doesn't matter how trash they are. They're up talking. They're there. Our fan base, 4 wins, 6 wins, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. We're there.
Yeah.
So it's like an equation. If you don't have that one variable, your product is not there. It doesn't work. So it takes Florida State to be in balance. I mean, to be balanced and have logical and irrational conversations. So that's my
Wait,
take
wait,
on
wait.
that.
All I'm saying about Florida State though is these transfers are nice and cool. Shout out to them for getting them. But the actual they're recruiting their own players. They're gonna have to actually recruit that until I take them serious.
Yeah, you need more than the transfer portal to gain success because let's say Norvell continues to recruit just the portal. Let's say those portal guys get hurt. What about the depth? What about the talent? You see what I'm saying? You are almost at 10 wins and your recruiting class isn't it nowhere near the top 15. It's not top 10. It's not top 5. Like
You're,
Miami, a team you fucking dog walk. Excuse me, language. A team you embarrassed.
it's out recruiting you.
And
By a
the thing
lot.
is, it's like Miami takes recruiting seriously, even though their class is flawed. You know what I mean? So
And
my whole take is, how are you letting teams like that be in front of you in recruiting?
It's like
You
you
should
dog
build
walk,
off
man.
your best season in years. But
Exactly. Like you don't want the boys, but at least they try and recruit. Like we've seen this how this movie ends with Dan Mullen. We've seen how it goes. You can transfer portal this, transfer portal that. But if you're not recruiting your own people, and you're not standing on business on the trail to get guys who are gonna be 3, 4 years, maybe sometimes even 5. As soon as some transfers leave, you're screwed.
right, and speaking of their top recruit is Hakeem Williams, who's a 5-star receiver on most services. I'm gonna just use one word to describe it. Overrated.
it's a lot of that.
He's overrated. I mean, first of all, it was good, Jay Money. It was good. Nice of you to join us tonight. But yeah, he's overrated, and the reason why I say that is just look at the level of competition he's playing at Stranahan, and it's like he's going against 12-year-olds out there. Like picture Arch Manning going against that. What number was that dude? Number 20.
I'll say we don't have to picture Archman, and we know he's playing against 2-year-olds.
Imagine that in the state of Florida. Pretty much what's going on.
Hey, Marcus, you heard what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
12 years old.
No.
Really?
You know what?
Bro, when he said that, I was like,
Hey man.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is,
you got a son. Okay, I'm done.
You got someone legend like you. He resemble you.
no, he doesn't. But
He take this after you.
The level of competition that he playing against is not that great. It ain't like he playing against schools like, I'm gonna throw Trinity Christian in there because let's be honest, that's a powerhouse regardless. He's not playing against schools like that. He's not playing against schools like St. Thomas Aquinas. He's not playing Lakeland. He's not playing against schools like that.
Chaminade
Jones, like he's not playing against those kind of schools. So I can't really look at you and say, "Oh, he really like that," but without seeing like who you really go. He playing in one of these I don't know which All-American game playing, but he playing in one of those games. So we're gonna see what he about when one of them games pop up. So
we won't know until he gets on campus. So I'm gonna reserve judgment.
That too as well. When he gets on campus, we'll see what he about then. And then with Miami's class, you said it, Sauce. It's flawed. It's flawed because it's very top heavy. They have some great players in their class. Miami McClain is a great player. He's a great player. Francis Marigot is one of, if not the top offensive lineman in the country. Great player. What do you have really besides those two?
I mean, if you look at their recruiting class, you got so it's Money, it's Francis. Then you got Wayne, the tight end from IMG. I forgot who else.
It's actually really like that tight end Riley Williams. That's his
I'm not the biggest fan of Malik Bryant, but he's rated high. I mean, so really it's the top three. Wayne is like that. Wayne was a 5-star, but
Yeah.
24/7 hold him. They dropped him to a 4. But Francis, Money, and Wayne is what's holding that class up. If
Yep.
you take away one or two of those, their class literally drops behind us. Because people always talk about, oh, you're supposed to be a math teacher. I'm like, yeah, I teach math, but let's talk about math. If you added that average, you take away that high grade, guess what happens to your grade?
It drops
Plummet.
considerably.
But then they trying to act like me saying that is a bad thing or is wrong. I'm like, no, literally. If you take away those 2 5-stars, your class is bottom tier. You have 9 3-stars. That's the most out of any school in the top 10. They're ranked 7th now, but if you look at all, like, let's say you look at top 8, let's say you had another team behind them, they still have more 3-stars than anybody else. So their class is top heavy, but bottom heavy, if that makes sense. It's like they have guys that are ranked really, really bad. Like Kinsler is ranked damn near 900. Their quarterback Emory, what's the name? Emory Williams is 630 something. So, like, that's your QB1, and he's a 3-star. He's at the bottom of your commit list. That's bad. So
Now, and another thing, dang, what a hit. We've seen them recruit like this though. Like, you literally are seeing it on the field. They've been recruiting like this. Their class has been very top heavy, and then got all 3-stars. What does that turn into? 5 and 7 seasons. Losses to Middle Tennessee State. Blowout losses to Middle Tennessee State at home, I might add.
but the thing that blows me with Hurricane fan base is how delusional some of them think. Now I'm gonna use the phrase some because not all of them think and view like this. So they take these seasons and saying thank you because you helped weed out the bad players, but these are the same bad players that you were hyping up during the summer.
Yep.
Like
Mhm.
all these lies about Gaddis being a Bros Award winner, Kevin Steele old ass being a Bros Award winner, Mario winning Pac-12 championships in a Rose Bowl. Like all these lies, bro. They talking about freaking what's his name? Who used to be our DC?
Charlie Strong.
I knew it was Charlie something. I couldn't think of it. Like they kept hyping Charlie Strong, but I'm like, bro, that's literally the version of Randy Shannon, washed, no productivity. Your strength program is trash because you had to use all 3 quarterbacks in almost every game towards the end of your season. You were going games without scoring touchdowns, but only kicking field goals.
Yep.
Like you want to say you're bringing in talent, but how are you going to develop them? Mario hasn't done it at FIU. Oregon, he underachieved, even though he won in conference, but you still underachieved. You
Yep.
had a chance to go to the playoffs and blew it. Like
You got your crack pushed in by Utah twice in a 3-week span. Like, you knew you were going to play them again in the Pac-12 championship after they blew y'all out the first time. And what did they do? They went out there and blew y'all out again.
that's
So,
how they did USC, but even though it wasn't like a blowout against USC.
not the first time. The first time, what? They won on 2-point conversion. And then the second game, that Pac-12 championship, they blew them out. But yeah, I mean, and J Money said they got 11 3-stars now. So you now have double-digit 3-stars. And we used to be the same way, saying, hell, some of these 3-stars are gems. Some of them are diamonds in the rough.
Lied.
Yeah, we know how, like Marcus said, we know how this story ends because we've seen it under Dan Mullen. It doesn't end well at all. It ends with your coach getting fired. It ends with, having teams like Middle Tennessee State parade around saying they run the state of Florida because they did beat Miami, FAU, and FIU on the same year. So they technically do run Florida.
Well, South Florida, that's for sure.
But they run in South Florida. I'm gonna say that. Let them do what FIU did that one year. They beat Miami and start running around with the 305 chain.
Yeah, Bienvenidos a Miami.
They still running around with that chain.
Man, them boys made T-shirts, hashtags, short films. Like them boys beating Miami was like a Super Bowl for Middle Tennessee. So,
I'm trying to tell you, like they did all that.
and bro, this is my thing with Miami fans. They bring up Vanderbilt so much, but lost to Middle Tennessee State. Bro, they then turn around and lost to Grant Hill University, who just took a legacy from them. Al Blades Jr. is now a Duke Blue Devil.
Hmm.
Yikes.
And then they have guys going to SMU. Like, I'm not focused on Miami, but like just keeping it a buck and just talking ball that's low key a bad look. Like, why are your players transferring out at this rate? Now, we got some transfers due to certain circumstances, but these are guys who are supposed to have promise and start and dominate at Miami. Like Al Blades Jr. is a legacy. Like his pops is well
Family,
known
his
throughout
family,
ACC football.
yeah, his entire family went through that school. It wasn't just Al Blades, God rest his soul.
Bill Blaze.
Benny and Brian Blades. I mean, these are legacy guys, like you said.
Man. And they coach like SMU head coach, even though he's the coach at Miami. I forgot his name, like Red or something, whatever it is. Like that. Like that guy is.
I would take USC's class right over Miami as well.
Bro, I gotta read this. Newberg said earlier that Jakeem Bell is a dynamic pass catching tight end and reminds him of Aaron Hernandez in his prime.
Okay, all right now.
All right, Josh, you showing your fandom a little too much right now. First of all, don't you ever in your life compare anybody that's committing to Florida State to Aaron Hernandez.
All right, relax now.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave that joke at that because, yeah, I don't want to get canceled.
All right, what we got to talk about now? Well, we ain't got much to talk about now, so let's wrap this
We
up.
don't have much left, but we do have breaking news on the former Florida quarterback.
What we got?
It's official today that he's in the portal.
It's official.
Yeah, I heard it was happening last week.
Arizona State quarterback Emory Jones has entered the transfer portal. So, man, where's he gonna go now? That's my question.
FCS, oh, who the hell knows?
This man said FCS. Come on now, you can't do him like that.
I just did.
But yeah, y'all got any final thoughts before we go ahead and wrap this up? It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter show, but y'all got any final thoughts?
Gator fans, I just want to say be patient. Don't panic too much. The staff does need to be able to place the close because we have an army, supposedly. The more you donate to the collective, the better chance we have of attracting more talent. But just continue to weather the storm. Like in all kinds of weather, doesn't mean that you are present and satisfied during the glorious moments. Like you need to be able to understand that every program is going to go through a phase of dominance and then also being stagnant. So just keep the faith. Don't stress out. Stay off these kids' Twitter. Quit trying to read cryptic tweets. But just know we're gonna vibe out. We're gonna rock out. We're gonna be good, man. Just be patient. You know what I mean? Just be patient.
That's what I'm saying. Thoughts, man. It's gonna get better. It's just a question of when. Just vibe out. Let the staff do their job. They gotta be able to do. You gotta be able to close. That's all said. But it's coming. Just vibe out. Be a fan and just stay out them kids' tweets because y'all damn near caused a whole damn stir on here. Reading Trayon stuff last night for no reason. It could be personal stuff. Y'all don't know. Just don't read into the 17, 18-year-old kids' tweets. Straight up. Breathe. Go outside. Have dinner with your friends. Something.
Touch
grass.
Touch grass. Exactly.
Touch grass. Seriously.
Not for real though. Just rock out and just vibe, man. Early sign day next week. Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. Vibe out. Leave these kids alone. And again, just remember these kids are gonna commit on their time, not your time. So, like Saul said, just be patient, vibe out, Go do something. Go touch grass, have dinner with your family. Hang out with your girlfriend if you got one. You probably don't. The one
If
that have kids, and if you did, you just broke up. But yeah, just again, leave these kids alone. Come on now, and keep supporting the team.
I got one more take.
The coaches, the coaches at the games.
I got one more take.
What's that?
Antoine Hill Jr., 2025 quarterback, Houston County, or bust. That's all I got to say.
100%
I
agree
heard you here.
with that.
Rashada, Lagway, Hill, or AJ Hill, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. If you don't know who Antoine Hill is, I suggest you go check out his huddle. And just in case, I'm gonna throw another one in there. Even though it's a year after him, Juju Lewis, after him.
Juju got game, but let's be realistic, man. That boy is not gonna sit.
Yeah, he probably ain't. So. You're right, but still, look. Now, if he reclassifies 2025, because there's rumors he might do that, you gonna take him or Hill?
Hill.
Yeah, easy.
Because Lagway's still gonna be here, and he's not gonna try to sit behind Lagway. So honestly, that kid is gonna end up at a place like Auburn, Alabama, or USC. Clemson maybe, depending if Dabo's still there, but realistically, those are the type of programs he'll end up at. But my guy, Mr. Eric Richards, who does the Army All-American Bowl and stuff, he said that is the most gifted freshman he's ever scouted. And he scouted Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, just to name some guys. And he's been scouting for years. Like, he's been scouting since before I was born. So
that says a lot about how good that kid. I'm telling y'all right now, that kid is special. I'm gonna just straight up say it. If he was in the 2023 class, I think he'd be a 5-star quarterback. I kid you not. That kid is that good.
he had 500 passing yards and 5 touchdowns in the state championship game, even though they lost by 35. Like, they played Caleb Downs. So if you know about Alabama recruiting, you know SEC football, Caleb Downs and his team is like that. So offensively, they were unstoppable. But Carrollton, oh my God, that talent that they have is coming back next year.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Man, what? He finna put up some Trevor Lawrence numbers, but worse.
He finna man, they finna step on everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, we gonna wrap this up. Sauce, appreciate you for joining us tonight on such short notice. Jared, we praying for you. Hope you get well soon. So yeah.
Put down the coon, cuzzo.
Yeah, stop eating raccoon. That's probably the other reason why you sick so much.
Sly Cooper got stomach turning. I told him.
I'm just messing.
But Sauce, let everybody know what you follow the podcast.
All right, so your boy has a sneaker podcast called Sauce Kicks and Sneaker Pod. I have episodes dropping through YouTube, different content on YouTube. I have the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and anywhere else you listen to your podcast. I'm there. I bring on different guests to talk about their love of sneakers. I talk about different things within the community, and I also share my interest, love, and just knowledge of sneakers. I'm not a sneakerhead by any means. I'm just somebody who's interested and loves sneakers. So if you see my background, obviously I have a lot here. Then I have like a lot like over here and everything. But like I'm really into sneakers. So if you want to know more or you just want to just have something different listen to outside of sports, tap in with your boy, man. You won't be disappointed.
Matter of fact, give us a sneaker real quick that you got over there.
Let's see. I just got these Saturday. The Cherry 11s.
Nice. Nice.
Carmine, something Michael played in, you know what I'm saying? And to kind of end it, I wore these Saturday. I got the, Space Jams, you know what I mean? Something slight, something slight.
Nice.
Over there, why don't you?
Oh, and just so we end on a good note, your boy got some Yeezys. Shout out to Kanye. Before he got canceled, shout out to my boy Key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Marcus, let everybody know where they can follow you in your burner that you may have.
Ain't no burning accounts necessary. You already know where I'm at. Marcus Davis 904 on Twitter. Get Gator takes, get the Jags takes, get everything.
Marcus, stay off the ledge.
I'm not on the ledge. I'm cool. We
You gonna
clapped
be
the
on the ledge
Titans.
next Sunday.
I'm good, man. I'm happy. We fucked the Titans up, so I'm happy.
Cowboys or Knicks,
Next for what?
they gonna beat y'all ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you, and then you woke up.
Well, what you gonna say if we win that game though?
You're not.
Boy, you crazy as hell. They gonna listen.
It is. I think it'll be closer than people think. Because Jacksonville is actually pretty decent this year. So I'm be honest. To tell you how good Jacksonville is, how much they've improved, just look at their game against the Lions because they've improved as well too. So there you go. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, we're 2-0 against the AFC South. We gonna make it 3-0 this upcoming Sunday.
Oh, y'all was struggling against them two teams though.
Hey man, I was in the choke. I was fighting for my life watching that game. I ain't gonna lie.
You were struggling against the Colts too until that fourth quarter bonanza.
J Money, look, your Eagles, they look good. We all knew the Giants wasn't like that. I told people when they were 6-1, they were like that.
They ran
Frauds.
Frauds. Like I told people when they were 6-1, they was not like that. Y'all don't pay attention to their record. They ain't like that. Because today, when they play the best team, watch what happens. Seeing it, can't even beat the Washington Commanders right now. You ended in the tie with them, and then you got to play them this upcoming week. Yeah, they gonna beat y'all this time. Ain't gonna be no ties this time. They gonna beat y'all this time. So and somehow they're still in the playoff race. I don't get that.
Because the NFC's bad.
And speaking of playoff races, you want to see a bad division in the playoff race? Just look at the NFC South.
And
The Carolina Panthers are literally trying to tank, and they have a chance to make the playoffs right now.
Hell, the AFC South is even just as bad.
They ain't that bad.
It's bad, bro.
The top
The
team
Titans
is
aren't good.
6-7.
The Titans aren't good.
They aren't, but the top team is 6-7, and the Carolina Panthers, who are trying to lose, are 5-8 and could literally make the postseason.
The Jaguars can always make the postseason. That's how crazy it is.
They could.
Just win two out of your next three. Titans lose 2 out of your next 3. And week 18 is where take off. And look at the schedule. It's not impossible.
Yeah, you'll win 2 out of 3. Just won't be this week.
Hey man, I just need my 2 out of 3. I just want the Jets, and I want to beat the shit out of Texas. That's all I need.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at AceWave1, on Instagram at Ace_Wave1. You can follow the podcast page on Twitter at Inside_Swamp and on Instagram at Inside_Florida Athletics. Follow Jerry on Twitter at JBreezyII and his burner account at IamBreezyII. And on Instagram, I think it's what is it? JGamar_I or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I had a song this week. Looking at
some ass.
No, that's we know what you're doing now. Your head down. I don't know. Been listening to a lot of DJ Khaled lately too.
You think you the best, huh?
Oh, I know I am.
You think he's suffering for success?
I kind of am. But
Yeah, you lie a lot.
no. I'm gonna go with one of his remixes. I'm gonna go with the "Welcome to My Hood" remix.
Nigga, what?
I did get a good reaction out of Sauce because I knew he was gonna say something.
He gonna say that shit,
Really wasn't, but bro.
In all seriousness, no, I'm gonna pay homage to Takeoff.
man, change it to a Sauce Cook, man.
Play a Migos song though. I'm gonna go "Cocoon" by Migos.
All right, not bad.
Gotta pay homage. again, RIP Takeoff. And prayers up, continued prayers up for Mississippi State coach Mike Leach. It's a dire situation right now. Just continue to keep him and his family in y'all prayers. So, man, just do that. We gonna leave with that. We gonna leave you as we always do for Anthony Beck, Sauce, and Marcus. We gonna leave you as we always do. Go Gators. God bless. Take care of your chicken. Take care of your mentals. Tell your loved ones that you love them. Wash your hands. Marcus.
Watch your stank booty asses. I ain't changing.
What the fuck?
You're not wrong. Wear your mask out there. Everybody at Jared's job need to hear that one. Wear your mask out there. And just be safe. Just be safe. And that y'all have a good night. God bless.
For sure. GG's, man.
Yes, sir.
Go Gators.
Always.